Did you say game's at 7, Coach? 7 o'clock Saturday night?
Yes, sir.
All right. So we're a little excited. All right. I'm sure you can understand. Being 4-0, headed over to play Hennessey. Hennessey has won District 2A1 since 2008 every year but one time, and that was last year. Chisholm won. So don't look at their record. Hennessey is 1-3, and their 3 losses are all to 3A teams, and 2 of those teams are ranked. One of those teams is ranked number 1 in 3A. They took a drumming by Jones last week, and Jones is number 1 in 3A for a reason. There's not a lot of teams that they're not going to beat like that. So that just throw that one out the window. Kingfisher went over there and won in a really hard-fought game. It was 20-0, but Hennessey was on the 5-yard line and actually got 5 downs. Yes, at Hennessey, they had 5 downs from the 5-yard line and couldn't score. Yeah, it's. I don't know if you check. Go ahead and check the score. It might even show it. We're down a touchdown already going in there. So if you got that app on your phone, it probably will show it. It might even show 2. I don't know, but we're going to Hennessey, folks. So that is what the case is. Just that. They played Kingfisher. Of course, I'll have to tell you, Jeff Myers, the head coach, is a really good friend of mine. We coached together for a long time. And as soon as they played Hennessey, he sends me the film. Says, hey, check out play number 2. Like, okay, which I knew I was getting the film anyway after the game. And I look at it, and Hennessey safety comes off the edge. The play is away. The quarterback turns and hands off stretch, turns around and stands there and looks, in the pocket like this for 2.5 seconds. Gets drilled in the side of the head by a Hennessey kid. And that was an obvious hit. I mean, it was, hey, you hit him. And it was so blatant. And all that happened was a 15-yard penalty. I mean, that kid should have been run off the field, suspended 2 weeks. It was bad. Bad. So we're aware of that. We won't retaliate, but I assure you that between the whistles, anything's going to go this week. Because that's how they play, and we're going to have to match physicality with physicality. And if there's one thing that this group of kids that I think I can bring to the table for them is I don't look at Hennessey that way. Hennessey, when I was a kid, we used to drum them. And for a long time around here, we beat Hennessey. And when I was coaching at Kingfish for all those years, they never beat us. They won 2 state titles in that run, but they never beat us. So I don't look at that. I do respect them, but I don't look at them the way some of our kids do because we've never beat them. And I just want our kids to go into that game with knowing that, listen, you hit them in the mouth, they're going to feel the same way that you do when you get hit in the mouth. They put their pants on the same way you do. And that is one thing I'll say about these kids. If you've watched us play or been to any games, they respond well to that. They really do. I'll talk about Fairview a little bit. Did any of you guys go to Fairview? Did they do a good job? Craig, did you do a good job explaining the size of those human beings?
I hope so, but I did. They were huge.
God, they were big and physical. I told you last week they got 2 of those linemen back that they hadn't played with against Chisholm or Watonga. They got them back, and they are good. That quarterback's
like 6'4", 280. There's a 6'5", 250.
Yeah.
Those are the 2 biggest.
And that quarterback can play.
Yeah.
Dillard kid's a good player. So I knew it was going to be a tough game, and it was going to be a battle. It's a rivalry, and it was just that. It was back and forth, and hard-hitting game, physical game. The thing that I really liked was that our kids responded when our backs were against the wall. The fourth quarter, some things didn't go our way, and then all of a sudden we score. Then we score again. We let them go down and score. We have to run the clock out to win the game. We end up scoring. Last 30 seconds, I think they scored, actually, with 10 seconds left on the clock. But that was some things that we were made aware of. We're not very good in our dime defense yet, and that's something we'll work on this week. Had some busts, 2 buster responsibilities, and it cost us a touchdown the last. But hey, it's great to learn those in a victory. It'd be a little different story to say, hey, we're not very good on our dime defense, and it got us beat. You know, it's nice to be 4-0 sitting here telling you that we got to work on things. So, in the big picture, if we go over to Hennessey and win, we're in the driver's seat with Chisholm in District 2A1. So we'll have a bye week next week. We will not play a game. Then we'll have Chisholm at home. So, and the week that we're off, Hennessey and Chisholm play each other. So we're going to learn a lot of things about our district in the next 3 weeks. That being said, Tonkawa is still good. They're a team that makes me just really nervous because of what they have up front. Perry scored 68 points last week on Kellyville. Kellyville's not very good, but you got to be able to pitch and catch to put up 68. They're 3-1. Tonkawa's 3-1.
Perry also scored 46 against Fairview.
They also, they did score 46 against Fairview. So they also gave up 48. You know, so I mean, so they can't stop a nosebleed sometimes, but they can score. So there's a lot of good teams in our district. I still think Chisholm is the hands down one, but I think it is a toss up for anything after that. And if we want to be in that mix, we have got to show up this week. Because I don't think anybody else can beat Hennessey except Chisholm. So by that I mean we're not going to be able to go over there and stumble, lose to them, and get any help from Tonkawa or Perry later on. I don't think those two can beat Hennessey. You never know. I mean, don't get me wrong, but I think the best chance for them to be third in our district is we just go beat them. Be done with it. So, pretty exciting around our place this week. Anybody got any questions? You guys are easy today. All right. Thank you.